Good evening, everyone. It's the Activated One New Bright 10. This video is going to be on emotional TV slaves. Because these TV slaves, man, they emotional. Especially the ones that claim to be conscious. They claim they conscious. They claim they woke on that stage level. But I encountered a couple of them. It's like, why are you talking about the stuff that happened at the Capitol? What? For what? You know why? Because they're TV slaves. And a lot of people don't even know it, especially with the religion, the religion people, and you got the conscious people. They slaves, man. They slaves, man. If you are dealing with information and looking for information, if it's not dealing with the anatomy of a body, being a nurse, doctor, wealth building, something like that, when you messing with Google, you a slave. You a slave. If you steadily teaching and steadily going back, looking for information, you a slave. Just accept your fate, man. You a damn slave, because it's the intel, and that's the only thing that's going to be rolling from here on out is intel. Nothing else even matters no more. Anybody want to argue with me on that? I'm not finna argue with you, because if you're intelligent, you already know the intel rules. So I said, man, don't come over here with that. Motherfuckers all on TV talking about the Trump supporters, they done rioted and went to the White House, this and that. Well, I'm sitting back eating my popcorn. We definitely ain't tripping on that shit. That's for the regulars. All this shit, all the stuff that's on TV and on the internet and these information seekers, you're regulars. Just face it. You're a regular. Well, what separates you from being a regular? I ain't no regular, man, because I deal with intel. I'm a receiver, not a regular. You got receivers and you got regulars. I'm sitting here watching this stuff. I'm like, what was so funny? Because I went to somebody's house that I know, and they're into the Bible, allegedly. They're into the Bible, and they're into Christianity. But it's like, y'all ain't read the book of Revelations. You know why they stay away from the book of Revelations? Because it's too deep. It's too deep. It's a futuristic book, so it's too deep for them. They go to Isaiah. That's the closest to Revelations they go is to Isaiah. I was dealing with Isaiah 20 years ago. That's when I named my son Isaiah. That's when I was dealing with the book of Isaiah, because I was always attracted to the book of Isaiah and the book of Revelations. This ain't nothing new. Oh, well, why are you? No, ain't no sugarcoat nothing no more. Simple as that, man. You looking for information, you a slave. You a goddamn slave, man. Yo, you know who your master is? The motherfucking beast. That's who your master is. Well, let me go Google this. Let me go Google that. When the intel's being put in y'all's face and y'all still ain't trying to accept the intel. That's fine, though. Do y'all's thing. Because we gonna be protected regardless. This ain't for me. This for you. Oh, well, stuff's going on. They protested all that stuff, man. If you talking about protests, some old shit from back in the day, and you a teacher pushing some old ass shit, you a slave. Simple as that. Ain't no sugarcoat no more. You a goddamn slave, man. You work for the beast. That's who your God is. The goddamn beast, man. You ain't over here messing with the intel, then you a slave. New Brighton. Well, why do you say that everybody's a slave if they're not messing with the intel? Simple as this, man, because when you go back, and you go Google something, I'm going to Google, and I'm going to look this up, look that up. That's old, man. All that shit old. Bible old, Quran old, information old. The age of information coming to an end, man. It's going to be intel and power. That's it. The information, you know what information gonna be? Information is gonna be the next religion. Because that's how we're gonna have to control the planet, through information, to keep the mass majority of people with some hope. How we gonna do that? Through the information. Because this shit's evolving, man. Religion ain't rocking no more. Ain't nobody rocking with religion on a massive scale, dealing with the conscious and woke people, right? So to keep them in order, we're gonna have to use information. That's simple. The age of information is going to turn into the age of religion. Simple as that. It was on the internet, man. Even when I was driving today, listening to the local so-called black radio station, all they talking about is the protest riots. You know why? Because they slaves. They fucking slaves, man. You don't even need to be talking about that. You see the Jews talking about it. You see the Amish talking about it. Do you see some of the African community talking about it? Because they don't give a fuck about that dumbass shit. These niggas always fall into the goddamn hamster wheel. Good. Do that. Damn slave ass niggas. Because all they is agents, man. They're agents. They're agents. I'll tell you right now, you go on the internet right now, right? And as soon as you pull up somebody, anything, any topic, and you see a so-called carbon-coated being sitting there talking, and it's some old shit, some shit from their agent. They're a fucking agent, man. I don't care who they is. From the biggest teacher to the smallest teacher. They talking about some old shit that done happened back in fucking 1954, 1876. You a goddamn age, man. Your God is the beast. That's who you work for. Talking about some old ass shit. Oh, well, you know, back in, the Egyptians, our ancestors, they did their thing. They dropped the ball. You know what I'm saying? They lost hold on the world. You know, that was the last big society, civilization that was actually doing something as far as the carbon-coated beings go. It's like, man, that civilization failed and it's done, and it ain't going. It's not going to resurrect. That civilization is done, man. It's over for that. The Olmecs, the Aztecs, the Egyptians, the Sumerians, they're done. Like, keep going back to, you wonder why the so-called black race is in the condition that they're in, because they don't want to listen to intel. They just don't. That's just the way they is. They all stuck in their own little world, and they being good subconscious slaves. A lot of them don't even know they slaves, man. They don't. Shout out to mankind, man. Shout out to the mankind. Shout out to the Jews, man. Y'all doing a really good job, man. I got to give credit where credit's due. Y'all doing a really good job, man. Shout out to mankind. Shout out to the Jews, the elites, everybody running the planet, man, because y'all doing a good job. Simple as that, man. Ain't nothing, that's just the way it is. So I went over to the sister's house. She talking about Trump, talking about the protests and all this stuff. I'm just sitting there looking at her like, yeah, your mind's gone. See, that's the thing, man. Body of a goddess, mind of a degenerate. Got these women out here, body of a goddess, mind of a degenerate. And don't want to listen to nothing. Wondering why they're 40, 50 years old, don't have a man in their house. You know why? Because they don't understand intelligence. You know what I'm saying? They want somebody who's smart and dumb. Not nobody with intelligence. They don't want the intel, man. They want to be content with their life. That's fine. Do your thing. Dealing with these niggas out here talking about some, Trump, this and that. If you say anything about Trump, anything about politics, man, my mind goes on standby. I ain't got time for that shit. It's like I said, man, you don't see these other races out here talking about, man, the only ones you see on the internet. You know the thing about the white race and the black race? You know what they do? They feed off of each other's energy. They the same shit. It's the same shit. Well, this channel's too deep for me. This channel makes me think too much. It's supposed to. That's why the black race and the white race, they're the same shit. It's the same shit. Especially dealing with politics, man. Dealing with politics, it's the same shit, man. You can go on the internet right now and y'all know I'm right. Y'all know I'm right. When you go on the internet, and just do research on anything or go back to somebody's page and start listening to them. They talking about some shit that already happened. Ain't coming with no damn intel, man. They talking about what something that already had happened. Oh, well, back in, blase blah, whoop-de-woo. I'll be sitting there just like, oh my gosh, man, this shit is old as fuck. This shit happened back in 1964. That's why the news are back. Dealing with the same damn thing over and over again. No intel. And you know what I said, man, I'm going to do a video because I ain't did a video in like a week. I said, I'm going to do a video on this protest, breaking down the word protest. It's always going to be a test, man. This is a test from the emergency galactical system. That's what this is about. That's what that's about. Doing this and doing that. They're going to find out. You're going to find out. You know when you're going to find out? When you're on your deathbed and then all this intel been shot to you and then we telling you to come over here and then you sitting on your deathbed and then you're going to feel all that. You're going to start seeing, your life's going to start flashing before your eyes, and you're going to start seeing all this stuff, and all this intel that we've been pushing out is going to start resonating to you like, man, I should have messed with that. It's going to be too late. It's going to be too late then. It's going to be over. Couldn't believe this chick was sitting there talking about some damn Trump and Joe Biden and all this stuff. Like, that's doing do something, man. You see the Native Americans out here protesting? You know why? Because they govern themselves. They got sovereignty. That's why. They ain't worried about none of that, man, because they had their own, they got their own little government within a government. Going back and looking at the protests. Right? Going back and looking at the protests. That's why it's so funny, man. When you're dealing with the black race and the white race, they're the same race. All they got to do is just mix their seeds with each other and make the damn mulattoes. So all they got to do, make the mulatto race. Where the Jews at? Where did you see the Jews on the internet? Right? You see them talking about anything on the internet? Where is the Amish? Where the Amish at? Where's the Somalians? Where the Somalians at? Where is all these other races at talking about politics? You know why? Because they don't give a fuck about no goddamn politics, nigga. Dumbass niggas, man. You niggas make me sick, man. You make us sick. You make the whole Galactical Council sick. That's why they letting y'all get gunned down in the street. Because you just don't get it. You just don't motherfucking get it, man. Always worried about what the motherfucking white man doing. What the police doing. Worried about all this motherfucking shit. What they doing at the Capitol. Hell you worried about all that shit for? I ain't gonna help you. That's why this is for the future ones. This is for the futuritarians, man. I ain't talking to nobody else. Simple as that. Because the future that I see, man, it's tight. It don't look good for the black race. It don't look good for the white race. It don't. All that energy, just look at all that energy that's been put into social media, racism, police brutality, all that energy they putting that in their lives. They whole life putting all that energy up in there, worried about Joe Biden, worried about Trump, all that energy they putting into that has nothing to do with them, and it's not going to move them forward into the future. That's why when I be looking at people, I look at certain so-called black people, and when you see them, when you look at them, you talk to them, you get a frequency from them, and then you're like, man, this person, man, they finished. They done. There's nothing you could do for that person. Nothing you can do for them. Nothing. They're going to be good slaves. They're going to obey massa. Even if they don't do it consciously, they're going to do it subconsciously. Talking about some goddamn protests, all this dumbass shit that don't even matter, man. Ain't nobody even thinking about that, man. Not over here. That's why this shit be tripping me out, man. Don't let them do their thing, man. Whatever floats your boat. Good luck with that. I'm drinking my wine right now. Excuse me. Good luck with that. You know, dealing with these doctrines, these old ass dusty books. You're just hamsters. Just face it, man. Just a hamster. You're a hamster on a wheel. It's just the reality of it. Then this sister got mad at me. Yesterday because she was talking about Biden and Trump and this. I'm like, nigga, you sound like one of them niggas on the plantation and shit, fighting over the master and then the master's neighbor. Trying to figure out which neighbor you gonna go to. That's what you niggas sound like, man. Fighting, oh, Biden, oh, Trump. Oh, should I go to this master? Should I go to that master? I don't know. Which one's gonna do? She ain't gonna do shit for you, nigga. Because if you ain't governing yourself, you ain't got sovereignty within a government, because that's the minimum. That's the minimum. Ain't nothing else after that. You ain't governing yourself within a government, nigga. You slave. Damn coon ass niggas. Come over here with that shit. Yeah, I'm going hard. This 2021. Nigga, you talking about Joe Biden, you talking about Trump, you talking about some shit, some information, nigga, you a slave. Come over here talking about nothing. Because you messing with powers that you have no idea about. Reparations, talking about reparations, Trump, Joe Biden, land, guns, money, businesses. Man, you don't see the Jews sitting around there talking about that shit. That's just a real quick video. It's the Activated One New Bright 10, the Futuritarian. Peace, Quasar. If you like the way the world is, don't like, don't share, don't subscribe.